Hello students, very good morning. Here is your social science teacher Jasveer Kaur to proceed further your chapter number 1 of Democratic Politics, class 9th, social science. Myself Jasveer Kaur here to teach you this chapter. What is democracy? Why democracy? Right? What is democracy and why democracy, that we have to see in this chapter. As earlier we have discussed about the democracy, right? What is democracy? We concluded three words there. That is form of government, right? Rulers by the people. Which words I have picked from that definition. So here we will discuss what 4 features of the democracy, right? 4 features of the democracy. This question is often asked in your exams for 5 marks. What are the features of democracy, right? And when we talk about features of democracy, I told you there are 4 features. Right, 4 features. Major decisions are taken by elected representatives, and second feature is free and fair elections. Free and fair elections. And then third one I told you about one person, one vote, one value. And the fourth decision that I told you, that is rule of law and respect for law, equality before law. That is the distinguished feature of democracy. And here today we are going to learn about these features. According to your book, there are different examples have been given from all over the world, that with positive impact as well as negative impact. And while studying this, we will compare India also is Indian democracies regarding this, like major decisions are taken by elected representatives. First we will discuss about India only. You know that all the decisions are taken by elected representatives. Here I would like to explain something more. Who are the elected representatives? You must make it clear. Like in previous also I told you, our ward member, Panch, Sarpanch, MLAs, MPs, PM, CM, even President of India, all are our elected representatives. And you know, according to their level, they take the decision. For example, some decisions are taken by President and Prime Minister at center level that are applicable for all over the world, right? Not world, all over India. But some decisions are taken by Rajasthan government, some are taken by Punjab government, some by Haryana, some by we can say Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam, like that. So whatsoever decisions are taken in Assam, who takes those decisions? CM along with MLA of that state. Exactly same way some decisions that are taken in Rajasthan, that are also with the CM of Rajasthan and its MLA, right, state-wise. And exactly what decisions are taken by Panchayat Smitis, nearby village, that is taken by that Panch and Sarpanch. Suppose we talk about Sangria ward member as well as our chairman, joint meeting is there for some decisions that are taken. Hopefully you have got how this decision making process. Who takes the decision? Elected representative. I have made clear this term. Who are the elected representatives? So because sometimes this question is asked for 1 mark. Who are the elected representatives? Okay. Then next, for that he has given example from Pakistan. Story of Pakistan is described here that decisions are not taken by elected representatives in Pakistan. He is telling during 1999, Pervez Musharraf was their military ruler. How he became military ruler? Because in Pakistan 1999, Pervez Musharraf overthrew that government, elected representative government democratically, and declared himself the chief executive in 1999. Before there was elected government, but Pervez Musharraf, military ruler, declared himself as chief executive and overthrew the democratically elected government from Pakistan. Not only this much, after 2-3 years, in 2002, what he did, he issued one referendum. Referendum is a word used to make some amendments in the parts, right, of these constitutional provisions. You may have heard this word referendum, I think. Referendum, corrigendum, and office memorandum. Right, corrigendum word you may have seen newspapers, right? जिससे कहते हैं कि sometime some news wording is to be changed, some name is to be changed, some means they make some improvement in that particular matter. So on the name of corrigendum that news is given. So exactly same way, if chief executive, if we can say PM, any leader of a country want to change in the constitutional provisions, he give this referendum, right? Sometimes it is called office referendum also. So office referendum was given by him in 2002. Pervez Musharraf, and from that he said that he wanted to change some political establishment, right, and some democratic activities, and asked them that it is based upon the malpractices and fraud whatsoever going on the country. He want to make provision, but in cheating way he took the consent of the citizens, people of Pakistan, and got enormous powers, extension in his own powers, that he can alone change the constitution, can take the decisions, right, not by the elected representatives. He is taking decision by himself and declared himself as a military ruler over there. Now, what we have learnt from this story of Pakistan, mean to say and moreover, Pakistan claimed that it is a democratic country. Now you may say, you may guess, is it a democratic country? Can we consider Pakistan as a democratic? Because earlier we have discussed that democracy is that form of government where rulers are elected by the representatives and all the major decisions are taken by elected representatives. Are the decisions are taken by elected representative during 1999, 2002 and 2006? Can we say that it was there? No. Only Pervez Musharraf was there, and he is taking all the decision himself, even rejected or overthrow the democratically elected government from the country. So there won't be any exaggeration to say that Pakistan is non-democratic country, right? Pakistan is non-democratic country, but they claim that Pakistan is a democratic country. Now it is only for your knowledge, right? Okay, what is happening all around the world as well as in India. You have to clear that in India decisions are taken by elected representatives. I told you who are the elected representatives, what happened in Pakistan, one more question, and when he became military ruler over there and doing all the works, extension in his powers, mean to say president's powers, as well as he has got numerous powers, like emergency powers are here in India, right? So that also I will tell you, don't go for that detail. Then second point is that free and fair election. Make these words meaning clear. Free mean to say whosoever is contesting election and whatsoever voters are there. Okay? When voters are casting their vote, they should be free from any type of a particular political party, political candidates, political pressure. Right? Only then whosoever is contesting election, mean to say candidate, as well as the citizen who are casting their vote, all the citizen based upon adult price system, right? And fair mean to say they are in very fair manner. There should not be any type of malpractices, any type of cheating, any type of fraud, right? Such type of wrong things should not happen there. Dirty tricks should not be there. So here he has described with the help of two examples. One is China, our neighboring country, and second is Mexico. Right? In China, you know, there is only one party, one political party, right? That is Communist Party. Like we have many political parties in India, na? Congress, BJP, SP, BSP, CPI, CPIM, even we have our state parties also. You may have heard name of these parties. But in China, there was only this Communist political party. But China takes the title of democracy. How? That we have to see. If elections are free and fair, dear children, you have to take care. He has compared this where these practices are not going on well. Where these practices are not going on well, that is given here. Communist Party of China. Very amazing thing is there, very surprising, not that no one can contest election in China without this party. Whosoever wants to contest election, he or she or that party has to take consent from this political party. Although there are say 5-6 small parties are there, but they are not recognized. They have made their alliance with this party only. Alliance means to say group of political parties, when different political or many political parties come together and give them name. Like in India also we have two alliances, UPA and NDA, right? And that type of alliance is there, but that alliance is working under the guidance of this Communist Party. Now, this question may be arising in your mind. How the elections are contested over there? No? That party name is, leader is there, Quango Ranim Daibao. It's Chinese name, Communist Party का ये जो है Duango Ranmi Daibao. Such type of names are there. They put up their candidate from this Communist Party, right? Like we can say BJP Congress. There is no BJP Congress, only one party. People choose their candidate to vote, right? Same, they put up different candidate from the same political party. A, B, C, D, whatsoever X, Y, Z are there. Different names of those candidates. But after gaining majority, government would be formed on the name of Communist Party. Can you name this type of system free elections? Because elections are not free, they are under this Communist Party. Even 5-6 more parties are there, they also have to make their alliance with this political party only. Can such type of country be democratic? But China claims that it is a democratic because representatives are elected by the citizens. I mean to say, representatives are elected. That's all. That's why they claim that this is their democratic form of government. What it? He also then he has given Mexico's example. A small country. Mexico is a small country, and it has got its independence in 1930, before India. Until then, there are elections are held every 6 years. In China, every 5 years. India also every 5 years. Elections are held, and in Mexico, elections are held just after 6 years. And how the elections are held, that we have to see. Elections are free and fair? No, their elections are not free and fair, because whenever there are elections for the president, right, every election till 2000 won by the Revolutionary Party is there. There is PRI, right? PRI is like a political party, that is Institutional Revolutionary Party. Institutional Revolutionary Party. What happens there? Whenever there are elections, this political party make propaganda in such a way that each and every voter has to cast their vote to this party. Although there are 1, 2, 3 parties are there, because this party is ruling party in power. The media, professions, and other sources, they make propaganda only for this party. Other political parties, propaganda is not done by any type of media. Moreover, you know that ruling party is also having more powers, more means, more sources. So that machinery, government machinery, powers, all these things are used by this PRI. Okay, PRI, Institutional Revolutionary Party. Don't get confused while it's naming. What happens? They force government employees. They force government employees, and even media force them, give them that they have to cast to such and such candidate only. Is it fair? Is it fair election? Because right to vote is ours. That is the only political right where citizen must be free in a democratic country to take their decision, and choices should be there. And choices should be there. And these citizens of Mexico don't have any choice. Only one party is there, that is ruling party. Moreover, media, newspaper, communication, whatsoever means are, they are always in the favor of that ruling party under pressure. Elections are not free there, they are under political pressure and fair. You know, these elections are not fair. Can we call it democratic country Mexico? We cannot call Mexico a democratic country. Even very fantastically, they do this fraud, malpractices. In even this PRI party, at the end of the last, like we have election booths now, where people go and cast their vote, they get it changed. They get it changed. The workers for that, they are appointed from this party only. So ultimately they will favor their own party. Why they will favor the other parties? So ultimately decision will go in the favor of PRI. Can we say this is free and fair election? No, no way. We cannot say that Mexico elections are held. Okay, that is, people have rights to vote, but they are not free to cast their vote. They don't have any choice. Even people are asked forcibly, government employees, government school teachers were forced, otherwise they will lose their jobs if you are not casting vote to this PRI. Is it free and fair? How far is it free and fair? How far the citizens have choices over there? Can we say it a democratic country? No way. No way. We cannot call it a democratic country. So in this way, I have taught you two major points. 2 points still left. We'll do next day. I was planning to give you next point also, but it would be too long. Okay, so then you have to learn it according to story wise. Learn it according to free and fair election के लिए आप चाइना और मैक्सिको की स्टोरी पढ़ोगे. मेजर डिसीजंस आर टेकन बाय इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स, इसके लिए आप स्टोरी पढ़ोगे पाकिस्तान की. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, बाय, टेक केयर.